guard out that influence range position. I think
third place, but getting over towards 150 points off the back of this game, they've basically finished by match 2. So I think for Regnum Kaya, for them, all that matters is just getting a late placing in this game. For True Rippers, though, taking down second spots, big news for them. Very, very big news for them. They did hold a lot of angles there, so it was slightly easier, but still, they held their own. For DRX, it's slightly more unfortunate at 123 points, but again, they're getting very close. They're also getting very close to finishing out that day.
It felt like a little bit of mistiming there by DRX with Hyunbin going for the lie down. He should have known that that angle was completely visible. The smoke blooms just a moment after he went for that play as well. So I wonder if that was what was happening there. Unfortunate for DRX. That one out, but really good stuff, as you say. 4 True Rippers. Very, very happy with that fight for them. A little bit messy in the middle of it, but they kept things together. Not sure what Harsh is doing still back there, but their options were very limited. We're on board now with the Burmese ghouls over towards the river, and actually Virtus Pro doing a lot of work against them. Blank looks like they've got the counter spell coming on through. Your necromancy might be coming to an end on this game.
Oh, don't count them out yet. It's still playing down towards the low ground, and the nades could be good. That one looks fairly on target. It's a lot of damage done. Needs a bit more chip on that side of things. Aragon is very lucky. He will get 70% of his HP back. I think the nades should be running dry soon. What the hell? Burmese ghouls still have some back in pocket. I mean, Ichi's still got one more. DBS now pulled out for maximum effect.
Ooh, a lot of damage from Virtus Pro's nades. Godspeed has to dodge the bullets and be effective with his own. Ichi lines them up, but Virtus Pro answer. And in a 4v2, that's not the sort of trade you can go for. They get the flushes, and that is the Burmese ghouls down. But Alliance have the lineup. They are 2-2 split right now, and they've watched all of this unfold. Aragon to fall, and there's a lot of damage sidling its way on over to the Virtus Pro camp. They're looking for the reses, looking to keep this one going, but Cluck wants to stop it, wants to stop these reses. Looks like they're not going to have too much luck, though. And the fold back might need to come through.
Yeah, I think for Alliance, they did as much as they needed to do there, which was to move up, finish off that fight, hurt Virtus Pro a little bit, and then move back down again. Hero does go out as Alliance are able to hold on. This is probably the best Alliance game we've seen in quite some time now, of the 7 elims so far, with a really controlling presence. I talked about this earlier, John, that ridge down towards the southeast side that currently we're seeing Alliance play around. Very valuable, but requires Circle to come down here. It in fact did. So now Alliance can get a good game off this. Basically, they just need to hold on to that angle, looking over towards Virtus Pro as they slowly move their way down. But for quite a while, that's going to be the only threat to them for quite some time. So I think for Alliance, this game can be played out pretty carefully towards the season side.
We're on this eastern side. You say Alliance just keeping Virtus Pro on their toes. A lot of damage being poured on through this open hillside is not their friend. And it looks like, yeah, Arc Red are going to chime in from that northern side. They've spotted blood in the water blooming around Virtus Pro, and they are like sharks to it immediately. Glory 22, he's not even stopping on the hillside. He's like, okay, I want to know what's going on here. More like piranhas, maybe, because they just feast upon Virtus Pro, not even worrying about Alliance across the way. Somehow Voston doesn't go down to it, but they do manage to clean it out. And I think at this point, Arc Red, they've done their job. They now actually have a decent amount of control with this flex out.
Yeah, pushing down this side was pretty good from them. And I mean, Alliance were slightly more preoccupied with Virtus Pro, and it means that with Arcred being able to get towards this spot with no knocks going their way, yeah, they actually are able to get a lot done from this spot. Jimmy on a wide off angle, trying to find some of these players coming through from Arcred. Jelly also getting towards an end game as a solo. Quite important for at least ETSH and True Rippers here. For Boars, I am kind of worried for them. This is like the first time we've seen them in a proper end game. But they are in 12th place, John. It's further than I expected them to go.
All right, well, fantastic stuff. I mean, it's further than I expected from them. I mean, I'm not going to back down from the comments I made about Boars at the start of this group, right? They are a team that I'm really not expecting a lot from here. So to make it to last chance would be a massive victory in my book for the squad to be able to keep things going. And right now they are on that cusp. And with a good game here, as you say, they could be jumping up to join that top 11 spot, push Twisted Minds out of things. But they do have to convert here. With 6 elims, they're a little bit on the outside, and they've got Regnum Kyrie to worry about on that south edge. With Silas already stepping his way into the zone.
I mean, Silas moving down towards the south side. Alliance are really preoccupied with Arc Red, so they even spot this push. Finally, Olio is able to look over this way. But for Regnum Kyrie, they've got to deal with Boars as well. That was ambitious. Very, very ambitious coming through from Regnum Kyrie.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mad regroup there, but again, as you said, most of their day and most of their group is pretty much under the belt. It's tucked away and secured. They do want to go further, but they've already managed to ladder up and get a fourth. I was about to say third place, but that was actually Silas who went down just there and get fourth place. So pretty decent stuff, getting 4 points. What was it, 5 elims as well? So a total of 9 on the match. That's pretty much done. Very happy with that. Even after a mad regroup. Starting to suffer on the hillside. They are now down to just one player, EXO, remaining, and he's not going to be getting Havlik back up.
This is a big game now, though, for Alliance. If they win this game, it sees them safe, right? At least going through the last chance. It'll push them quite far up the leaderboard towards the middle, and it'll be a lot of other teams battling out for those last chance spots. So I think for Alliance, it's a really big game for them. Unfortunately, we've seen this team really mess up push in the past, and it could happen again here, especially with this circle which shifts hard over towards position. Luckily, Alliance is already sending out, getting quite a bit of work done. Good shots from Jimmy with the AUG, and Olio will finish off the other. Just Havlik now left alive. 12 elims for Alliance. This is looking to be a very big game for them, and they are desperate to follow through on this.
Absolutely.
अब एक जना लोकेशन रिवील करता 2 जने हाइड रहते एक जना शूट
the circle edge under control, and Alliance have yet to put a foot in. Look at the high ground for Glory. He's going to have angles over to Jimmy towards Olio. It is a really difficult push here. It's going to rely on the gun skill for Alliance, and to be fair, that's something we've seen from them, Blank. They have been competent in those fights. But it's all important now, as you say, looking to try and secure their spot. It was a 3-way 98-point tiebreaker on the bubble back in Group Green. It was a little bit higher than we were expecting it to be as well, but for Alliance, I don't think they'll be able to make it up towards 98 points this match, but they can get down close.
And to be honest, although Alliance hasn't been explosive in terms of performance, they've still been putting up consistent points throughout all 2 days, and even today. Shots over towards Easy for Bad Boy, but no knock found, which is the big deal here. Glory also is always a worrying aspect. He has some of the slickest off angles we've seen so far from any team, and he could really be a thorn in the side. Currently, the algorithm's giving it by 0.10% over towards Arcred.
But it is going back and forth. He's getting close by the second. Oh, Cluck not going down there is huge news. Glory desperately wants that nade to find it. So much so needed, and he will be able to connect. Cluck going down there is disastrous. Holding that position would be brilliant. That's why I was so excited for them to be able to stay up and alive there, because it's unlikely you can go for that res and they're moving around. The piranhas of the lobby moving through, and it's all coming crashing down for Alliance. Immediately 2 more knocks found, and it is not to be Piranhas swarm, and Iftar, the last to stand against them, looks to try and find one, get a point on board, but from the high ground, it's shut down. It is Arcred.
Alliance just cannot play end games. It's sad to say, but it is the damn truth. They cannot play at end games. Closing games out is just not a possibility. For Arcred, this does push them quite far up the tables, though. And I'm excited to see what the desk has to say about it, because I wasn't quite following exactly how far they were going up the tables there, but I do think that it puts them in striking distance at least.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still a good game for Alliance, right? On that match, they were able to earn a lot of points. and get deeper
ओलियो
into
तो इन्हें
the
दिख रहा है
middle
झंडा
of the table.
बन लिया
So, which
सचियर
is
पे
where you want to be for those last chance prospects for Arcred as well. See where that
देखेंगे अब
ends up
पलटा रहो
sitting
जल्दी
then.
पलटा रहो ओलियो
It's getting nice and close.
यार वो
Still
मैं तो
around that third
बैड
place
बॉय
bubble, but really at this point, it seems like maybe only one position is malleable in those top three with DRX, with Reckonkaya
गा दे जी
starting to lock down those top two.
Yeah, DRX position is pretty solid. I think it's the only one you could really take a pickaxe to. For Rectum Kaya, it is impossible to
MGC.
catch them up now.
भाई
But some of the other teams, they are still absolutely pushing for that third place.
चलो जब तक इन लोगों का ये होता है नेक्स्ट वही को देखते हैं अपन चार्जिंग कितनी आ रहा चार्जिंग खत्म पे नेक्स्ट चिचा ये क्या नियो को कहीं को लग गया यार अपना
जब मुझे ये सब
नियो
देखने
मैं
ये जाएगा भाई ये इतिहास के पन्नों में क्या जाएगा
आज के बनने में तुम है जी चिंता न करो चाकू देखेंगे क्या कर रहे हैं
मेरे टाइम पे तो गेम में लिमिट नहीं थी भाई हम लोग मिनिमम 10 आवर्स तो खेलते थे मैक्सिमम 12 to 14 आवर्स खेलते थे दिन में 8 to 10 आवर्स के तो स्क्रिम्स होते ही थे डेली टीआर इज माय फेवरेट टीम फ्रॉम नाउ वाह चंदू भाई थैंक यू 40 मेरे ऑफिस में अभी अनाउंसमेंट हुआ अगर टॉप 11 आ गए तो पार्टी एंड 2 दिन का वीक ऑफ कर देंगे मेरे ऑफिस में पूरा स्टाफ मैच देख रहा है अंशुमन थैंक यू 100 यार क्रेजी गाइस वी हैव टू डू इट फॉर अंशुमन ट्रू लीपर्स फॉर अंशुमन 2 दिन ऑफिस में छुट्टी और पार्टी है उसको करो
बॉय
हेलो
रमजेस हार्ड बॉय ग्लोरी
हेलो
सबसे ज्यादा एनएच मारा आ रहा
हेलो
डैमेज भी किल्स भी
कहाँ है मेरी कॉफी अंशुमन के लिए भाई बट ऑफिस डब्ल्यू है बे जिसका भी ऑफिस है जो भी ओनर है ओनर डब्ल्यू है भाई बोलता है टीआर क्वालिफाई हो गए तो 2 दिन की छुट्टी दे देंगे या तो फेंक रहा है या तो सही बोल रहा मेरे को लग रहा सही बोल रहा क्या लग रहा सही बोल रहा है झूठ बोल रहा कौन सा ऑफिस है भाईगन ट्रू रीपर्स का ही तो ऑफिस नहीं है भाई आप ट्रू रीपर्स के लिए काम करते हो क्या अंशुमन भाई जनता खतरनाक है भाई अभी अरे
ना मारता रहे
इन्फिनिक्स का ऑफिस है अरे 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 मां कसम भाई
इन्फिनिक्स
मतलब सोल अगर टूर्नामेंट जीतेगी तो जैसे कि अभी मैं आईकू का गेमिंग एम्बेसडर हूं तो आईकू वाले सारे आईकू स्पॉन्सर्ड स्ट्रीमर्स गेमर्स और प्लेयर्स को ट्रिप पे लेके जाएंगे हैं ऐसा होगा क्या गुस्से में भाई कल प्लीज दिल्ली को बुलाओ फॉर अरे मत करो यार धनराज ऐसे मत करो निपुण भाई को बोलना पड़ेगा पब्लिक जब भी सोल जीतेगी या कोई भी आईको स्पॉन्सर टीम जीतेगी चाहे वो 8 बिट हो या कोई भी हो निपुण भाई को बोलूंगा जितने भी क्रिएटर लोग हैं सबको एक स्पेशल ट्रिप पे लेके जाओ भाई क्योंकि आईको स्पॉन्सर टीम जीती है ना ऐसा होना चाहिए यार जैसे चेन्नई का टूर्नामेंट जीती सोल तो सारे क्रिएटर को चेन्नई का फ्री ट्रिप चेन्नई पूरा एक्सप्लोर करो पूरा अकोमोडेशन उनकी तरफ से आए भाई तुमको एक चीज बोलूंगा, अगर तुम चेन्नई जा रहे हो कभी, माँ कसम दिल पे हाथ रख के बोल रहा हूँ, चेन्नई अगर तुम जा रहे हो, चेन्नई में रहते हो, मैं चेन्नई का फूड ब्लॉग करा पब्लिक, वहां पे एक मील्स खाया पब्लिक में, वहां पे एक मील्स खाया पब्लिक, वेजिटेरियन मील्स, वो खाओ रे भाई, अरे वाह कसम भाई, क्या याद आ गया, पूरे मुंह में पानी आ गया। वाह, वहां का पोड़ी राइस, उनकी एक अलग स्पेशल चटनी रहती पब्लिक, वो मिला के वो पोड़ी राइस, सांबर राइस, रसम राइस।
ये करेक्ट 5th TRX 5th रैंक है, टोटल 1.6 है यार वो, फिर भी कितना मारना है ना 14 पॉइंट।
भाई बहुत मन कर रहा, चेन्नई जाना पड़ता अब, इतना टेस्टी जिंदगी में कभी वैसा मील्स नहीं खाया आज तक, तुमको दिखाऊं क्या, ये मील्स की बात कर रहा हूं मैं, स्नैक्स चेन्नई ब्लॉग, ये मील्स
भाई भाई भाई
क्या जगह, पूरा बल्क पे था पब्लिक, तब क्या खाया, क्या जगह थी रे भाई, क्या खतरनाक रे भाई, आप पूरा मुंह में पानी आ गया बाप, मेरे को आइडिया नहीं था, डोसा अलग अलग खाने खाने लोग कुछ खाएंगे, चंपे शेक, अरे वाह बहुत भूख लग रही, राइस कभी रसम राइस, पब्लिक ये चेन्नई जा रहे तो जाके खाओ पब्लिक, जगह भी बता दो, नेशनल मील्स कुछ नाम था पब्लिक, ये देखो, हाँ द नेशनल लॉज, अरे भाई तुम, मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई जाओ भाई, आरसीबी के मैचेस जब देखने आता था मैं अलग अलग सिटी में, तब मैं यही करता था, फूड एक्सप्लोर करता था भाई, क्या जगह थी रे भाई, क्या राइस टेस्ट करेंगे, चलो रे चेन्नई चलो भाई,
चाहे तो
10 minutes ante big basket. 10 minutes ante big basket.
देंगे भाई, मैं कह रहा हूँ हम जो करते थे इंटरनेशनल में वो अलग है, वो अलग है, दैट वाज डिफरेंट ब्रीड, हमसे तो
in the day so decisively as well. Like, it wasn't just the zone was handed to them or anything like that. Yeah, they held the compound for a long time, but as soon as they had to push, they pushed. They pushed in style. They had the big split over the rest of the circle. They were moving for that control. They were trying to move other teams around as well. So for Arcred, there's a lot of mentality there that I see in them, that it's like they are confident in that push, and so this game is very scary for Flash.
Also strong performance from Alliance, as we already said, right? Able to jump up 2 ranks from 10th position up to 8th. And Boars escaping the red zone at the bottom of the rankings. Boars definitely going to be over the moon about this performance. So really, really happy with them. Havlik actually being a top performer. We know this guy's an absolute OG in his region. And Havlik kinda, we know, can bring some big numbers on any kind of stage, especially the global stage. As Olio, though, sneaky angle right, Neptura, able to get that huge spray from like, what, 150 meters, 200 meters under the buggy. That was insane accuracy from this player.
Yeah, insane clutch indeed, and that's going to contribute to one of his 5 eliminations coming into this game. And you talk about, you know, how we were saying, I think yesterday it was, that a 2.5 average elimination is insane, right? We don't talk enough about how insane it is to get a 5 elim game for one player. Like, especially in that zone where you're looking at a lot of other teams as full squads trying to get all the sneaky angles. And so for Olio, for Jimmy, to get 4 eliminations is pretty crazy. Like, there's a lot that's going on there. You got to be real quick with those peaks as well. Like, some really, really good skill coming in from these players.
I'm sure Sakura from E-Arena is like, yeah, but I got 11, so like, you know, you're bad. Me, Sakura.
Sakura, you had a mountain. Come on now.
Yeah. What a crazy game. You guys want to hear some crazy stats?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes, please.
All right. So at the start of the day here, Alliance, they were in 11th place. All right. In order for them to make it to 3rd, that was a 49-point difference. Okay. A mountain to climb. After these first 2 games,
Olio,
that gap down to 23 with 4 matches left to go. It is possible, folks. And the only reason why this is even possible is because in the first 2 matches, Flash have only gained 1 single point. So,
oh no.
Yeah, that lead that they had, it is gone at this
Oh
point.
no.
It's do or die. They have to perform here. There are now so many squads that are a huge threat here in Neptura.
Oh no, that is really troubling to hear, because I feel like if any team deserves to be in that top 3, it's got to be Flash, right? Because they've been so consistent over 2 days. They've come in with a massive day 1 and then we're consistent day 2, but for day 3, for them to fall off day 3 would be so heartbreaking for them, Jakes.
Man, this is getting crazy. I'm so excited. I mean, DRX too. DRX need to start making a little bit of movement because they've only gained a handful of points as well. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers right here. Prior to today, they were sitting, nice and comfortable with a good amount of points. But in this last match, they only got 3, so they're out of 123. They still have that point gap, but that's for this match. If for some reason DRX can't put up anything, and you see EA, Weibo, Arc, Flash get a good chicken dinner here, it could get mighty close, Max Man. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that happen to Team Flash, right? It could definitely happen to DRX too if they get a little bit too comfortable. They're resting on their laurels. You know what? They could be slipping. Out of top 3 seems a bit unreasonable, but I've seen worse, unfortunately, Hot Jukes. So there's definitely a possibility for DRX to slip down if they do not bring some points back on board. But it's really good for the middle of the rankings, right? I love seeing all these top teams get eliminated, not because I don't like them, but because I love a good comeback story. And you know what? Right now, Alliance, Arcred, they're
अबे यार ये इंटरनेट
doing just that.
They really
शानदार ऑनलाइन एक्शन गेम वॉर थंडर आपके उबाऊ सप्ताह के दिनों को खत्म
ये क्या देख रहे हो मोटल या
अबे फ्लश का था बे गेम यार
भाई मैं जब चैलेंज नहीं होता फर्स्ट गेम भी चैलेंज नहीं था मैं जीत गया हारी जीत दोनों
सी पे रखा इक्का और दुग्गी पे तूने ये क्यों किया लेकिन ऑल इन अबे भग चैट क्या चैट हट
मेरे को जब नहीं आ रहा है तब समझ नहीं आ रहा मेरे को
अरे भाई कुछ भी मत सुन भाई
सुन फालतू मत बोल गेम के बीच में टैब दबाएगा ना तेरे
को मेरा मिडिल फिंगर दिखा रहा है
दबाया हूं मुझे टैब दबा के मैं बोल रहा हूं अगर इंसान बोल रहा है मेरी दिख रहा है तेरे को
मोटल being mortal.
अरे स्विच नहीं कर सकते गाइस वी कैन नॉट स्विच व्हेन देयर इज एन ऑल इन वाला गेम ना
अच्छा ये मॉर्टल पगलू डीटीआर है क्या
हाँ मॉर्टल पगलू इज डीटीआर भाई भार्गव जी कमिंग अप विद 10 गिफ्टेड मेंबरशिप डब्ल्यूज
चलियो
अरे क्या लायर्स डेक खेल रहा है चूतिया बच्चा साला इसको दूध पिला दो इसको बोतल में दूध पिलाओ इसको निप्पल वाली बोतल में दूध पिलाओ
वही भाई
साला
सब दिख रहा है सब टैब दबाएगा सब दिख रहा है पूरा लाइन से क्या बता क्या नहीं आयो अबे तेरे को आता है इसलिए तेरे को इजी लग
Strike already, strike already.
Going back onto your point, Regnum Kara, right? They're looking really comfortable. I don't know if you guys would agree, but they just look to me like they're playing, and the way they're playing is effortless. They're